because I was like fucking 11 summertime. I was not going outside. I was like legit afraid of dying and death, and like I go to church. And I got my preacher at the time telling me, oh yeah, you got to get baptized, you got to live this life, or you're gonna go to hell for life, and blah blah blah. Blah, blah.
For real,
like that shit legit struck fucking fear in my heart. What year was it? June 6th of 2006.
Yeah,
was it 666?
Yeah.
I legit thought like, yo, this is about to be the end.
It's over.
I thought it was over.
It's over. And what the Omen came out that year, so I'm sure he was like, nah, this shit is set up. They telling us.
Oh my god, yo, I was in fucking fear. But then, like again, it's one of those things where, like, I started to think for myself. Like I opened my brain up. I started to be logical about it. I started to listen. I started to do research and shit like that. And a lot of people that like die. Or like say it's like somebody died and then like they get resuscitated, brought back to life. Yeah. It says like one of the most peaceful moments ever. Yeah, like they just say like, yo, like it's like everything's you just carefree about everything, like nothing else matters, and then you get lifted up into this like different dimension or a different world or whatever it may be, and then they get brought back and it's like, well, fuck, man, like why'd you bring me back? Like I was cool with where I was at that point.
Yeah, it's because our bodies are like a burden for our spirits.
Yeah,
because spiritually we don't need to eat, we don't need to drink water. Like as long as you take care of yourself spiritually, like in whatever you believe in or whatever you do to cleanse yourself or grow, that's all your spirit needs. But now being in a body, it's like, oh, I need to eat, I need water, I need to figure out where I'm going to eat. It's all these extra stresses. So then when you leave your body, you're like, oh shit, like
relief,
freedom. Like, yeah.
That shit is real. Damn, yo, that shit is real. That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
I've had some good acid trips, but I've nothing like DMT. I've had some crazy. I had a crazy mushroom trip one time.
Yeah,
I don't fuck with mushrooms. Not like that.
I would say I was gonna try mushrooms. I'm kind of meh on it. Like the only thing I've done is weed. Right. Like I smoke weed. I don't smoke weed on a regular basis. Right. I do edibles. I take edibles every now and then. I try to take edibles like once a week now. Yeah. Like I like to take an edible, and I just like to listen to music. Like I hear like different sounds when I listen to music high. Right. Like that shit is amazing. I think that's what I need to do with Kid Cudi. Get high and listen to him. Mm-hmm. But I was saying I was going to take some shrooms. I've heard people experiences on them. I heard some people had some bad trips on them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's kind of what's making me like on it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But you say you had some pretty good ones, like with acid and
I always have good like, when I do acid, I'm not one of those people that. So I don't just be tripping just to trip. Like I'm one of those people that's like, I'm either at a good point in my life and I want to make sure that I'm good with the universe, so I'll trip, or I'm at a bad point in my life and I'm like, all right, I need to like figure some shit out. Like, yeah. So I'm about to go dig deeper and see what's going on, but. Yeah, acid. When I take acid, I never have a bad trip. It's always just like, I'm Neo when I'm on acid. I'm like, I am the one. Like, me and the universe are together. Like, yeah. I'm like Super Saiyan. Like,
so when you take it, mm-hmm. I remember on the episode of Trap Nerd, you was explaining that you said like you feel like you're more connected with like the earth and like your body kind of becomes part of it, like type deal.
Yeah, so like when I take acid, I feel like locked in. Like I like to be outside. I trip in the winter sometimes. It's not the same. Like, but being outside, like in the springtime or in the summer when you're tripping, and you could take your shoes off and walk on the grass, and like you can like see the grass, like you can see the plants like breathing, like you like understand that it's all together. So that's why I just like to touch the grass. If you look up at the stars at night when I'm tripping, like if I look up at the stars, like the constellations that I know, I can already map them out. But there will be shit you can see lines, like it like makes a grid, like and then I can see the constellations of that. But the fact that it just makes a grid, like I'm like, oh yeah, that's like life energy, or this shit is a hologram, and I can see it now. Like it can go either way. But yeah, acid I always have a good time. Mushrooms is like super emotional, so one thought could change everything on
okay.
Yeah, you could have one. I had one bad thought on a mushroom trip one time. It was me, my brother again, and then a couple other people I can't say their name because they got good jobs. Yeah. and Lydia. You know
Okay.
Lydia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one time she gave us all a bunch of mushrooms. Like, she sold us mushrooms for dirt cheap, like $10, $15, and she gave us all like an eighth of mushrooms.
Okay.
Like, that's 3.5 grams of mushrooms. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So we did that shit. We went to go buy some weed. And then while we was waiting for her to get the weed, we was outside in her car, and there was dust on her car. We was under the street light, and the dust like turned into these green and purple worms, and I like just wiped them clear. So like that planted a seed about death in the back of my head from just doing that, but I just kept going. So then she was like, "Oh, I got to go to the res and get gas or cigarettes or something. Like, you guys want to ride with me?" So I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it. Like, I just took mushrooms. I'm not going nowhere."
Yeah, we out.
So we go to the res. This shit is taking mad long, like, because you lose all sense of time. So we drive for like 2-3 minutes. I'm like, "Yo, why are we not at the res yet?" She's like, "Yo, chill. Like, we just left." She was like, "Here's the weed." She gave me a book. She was like roll up so we could smoke. So in my head, I had rolled like 3-4 blunts. We had smoked them and like we're laughing and shit. And then all of a sudden, like, I just hear Lydia go, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And I just look down, and the weed is still on the book in my lap. I just been sitting there for like 7 minutes, just not doing anything with this shit.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, "Damn, this shit's taking mad long." I was like, "Lydia, I gotta pee. Like, how long are we about to be?" She's like, "We're not, like, we haven't been driving that long. Relax." So then, like, I'm like, "Damn, what if we never get to the res because this bitch crashed this car and killed us and we stuck in a loop?" And then from there, like, the rest of my time was terrible. Like, the inside of my legs got warm, and I thought I peed on myself. So I had, like, went outside and peed, and I came back to the car, and all these niggas just turned and looked at me, and it was like, "Damn, we felt your energy as soon as you opened the car door." So I'm like, "Yo, no homo, but, like, my legs feel super warm. One of you niggas got to touch my pants and make sure I didn't pee on myself."
Yeah.
And, like, the rest of that trip, like, I was just stuck in my head. Like, I was in my own world, like, having conversations with them, like, just literally doing my own shit. And after I seen Lydia after that, she was like, "Yo, tripping with you was crazy." And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "You were like the Mad Hatter." Like, she was like, "You wouldn't talk for mad long, and then you would just pop up and, like, say some crazy shit and then just go back into your own world." Like, that shit was wild. And that was like the worst trip. I couldn't fall asleep that night. Usually, like, towards the end of my trips, I can fall asleep and just sleep it off. That shit was not happening.
Yeah.
Like, that shit was terrible. Like, I woke up the next day exhausted. Like, I was stressed out. Like, I was like, "Damn, what did I do?" I was like, "Damn, did I fry my brain?" Like, I was like doing simple shit to make sure that I was still cool. And that was like the worst one. And I've never had that on acid. But just that on mushrooms.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's tough. Okay.
It's always better, like, especially for your first time, it's better to be with someone, like, it's better to have a guide. It's better to have someone that's experienced. Because, like, if you're around a bunch of people, like, and it's your first time tripping, you're all just going to freak out.
Yeah.
Like, you're all just going to freak out. I had to do that for my friends. We went to Miami. We did some acid. We got 7 hits of acid for 2 slices of pizza at the Clevelander in Miami. Fucking, this dude walked up. We were at a party there. We had got some pizza. This dude walked up all fucked up. He was like, "Yo, I hate to bother you, but, like, I'm super hungry. Like, I don't got no money." But my one boy had heard him in the bathroom talking about all the drugs he had. So he was like, "Can I get a slice of pizza?" And then my friend was like, "Yeah, if you got some acid, you could get a slice of pizza." This dude gave us 4 hits. That's like $40 worth of drugs. He gave us 4 hits of acid for 1 slice of pizza.
Damn.
So he leaves, comes back 10 minutes later, like, "Yo, can I get another slice of pizza?" We were like, "Yeah, for some more acid for sure."
Yeah.
Gave us 3 more hits. So we came up on $70 worth of acid for fucking 2 slices of pizza. And we were leaving that night.
Okay.
Like, so it was like 8 o'clock, 8:30. We're about to leave. And they're like, "Yo, should we do this acid?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like 8:30. I was like, only 3 of us are going to take it out of the 4 of us. So it's like a hit and a half each. Like, we'll trip for like 4 or 5 hours. We'll be Gucci. Like, my one friend was freaking out because he never flew before because we drove down there. We was flying back.
Oh, okay.
So we take it. We start packing, like, getting ready. We go with our friend that we was down there to see. We go to her friend's house. This nigga's got, like, these fucking, like, supermodel Finnish niggas in there, like, So it's just buff ass, blonde hair, blue eyed. They look like Dolph Ziggler on steroids.
Okay.
Yeah, and they was speaking Finnish, and I had to pull my friend to the side. I was like, "Yo, I know I'm tripping, so I gotta ask you this: is them niggas speaking gibberish? Like, are they speaking gibberish, or am I just hearing gibberish?" And she was like, "Nah, they're speaking Finnish." And I was like, "This shit sounds like it's them niggas was in there like." Bloop, 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 bloop. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck language is this?" Like, and then we ended up going to the airport. Everybody's like checking in for their flights, checking their bags in and shit. Our flight didn't leave till 6, but our friend bartended, so she had to go to work, so she dropped us off dumb early. Like, she dropped us off at like midnight at the airport.
Yeah.
My friends are freaking out, talking about, did we miss our check-in? Like, why is there no one here? Like, and they're freaking out. People are looking at us. I had to pull them to the side. I'm like, yo, you guys got to remember, we did drugs.
Right.
You need to calm down.
Right.
We're in the airport. You cannot be freaking out like that.
Yeah.
Like, you niggas need to pull it together. And they're like, but why isn't anyone there? And I'm like, bro, it is 12 o'clock in the morning. Our flight don't leave for 6 hours. Who the fuck would stand here for 6 hours and wait for niggas to check their bags in this early? I was like, this just don't make no sense. I'm like,
right.
You on drugs, just relax. And then we ended up tripping at the airport, like coming down on the flight home. And that was it. That was like the funnest acid trip.
Yeah.
Because that shit was mad funny. They were like, yo, what are we going to do if we miss the flight? I'm like, it's not for 6 hours. Like, you niggas about to get us arrested. Like,
yeah, wow. Yeah. You had to guide them, man.
Right.
Yeah. Bring it down. That's crazy. Okay. So, yeah, if I ever do mushrooms, always, have a guide.
Yeah.
Have a guide. Okay. I got to keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's good to have that person that can tell you. Because it's going to be a point if you take enough to, like, hallucinate for real. Because you can only take, like, 0.5 a gram and get a body high, which feels good. And people do that, like, they microdose, and that's how they, like, deal with depression and anxiety and shit, because it helps you feel better.
Yeah.
So people microdosing it, like, it helps them. But, yeah, you can get a crazy body high. But if you take enough to hallucinate, it's going to be a peak where this shit is so intense, and you're just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, this is not reality. Like, I don't know what I'm seeing right now. Like, and people around you is going to see it in your face. Like, so they're going to have to tell you, like, yo, relax.
Yeah.
You got deep in it. You forgot that you did some drugs. Like, that's all, because that's all I ever needed to hear when I was freaking out, when I was tripping. And someone's like, yo, you took drugs. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like,
yeah.
I did this to myself. Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good. I remember my cousin, he was telling me one time when I think he did mushrooms, but he was saying that, like, him and his boys that did it, and like they got like mad hungry, so they ordered like 4 large steak and cheese subs.
Yup.
And they said that they went to his boy's house to go pick something up. He said like his mom came to the door, and he says like he seen his mom, and her face just started fucking melting off.
Yep.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I heard that one. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yo,
but I hear other stories. I hear people give like pleasant experiences and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, mushrooms is so, you could easily diverge from doing mushrooms. That's why I don't like it. I don't like that. Yeah. I can hear one bad thing and I get stuck in that thought, and now I just ruin this whole trip.
Now
like,
you just
things,
completely fucked
things was
over.
going smooth for 2 hours, and now these next 4 hours is about to be terrible.
I remember the first time I ever smoked weed. I feel like, I don't know, it seems like everybody that smokes weed for their first time usually has like a bad high. Like, I don't get it.
I didn't have that.
No? I remember the first time I ever smoked weed. And I guess it wasn't really a bad high. It was kind of funny though, thinking about it. But anyways, I smoked it, and then I remember we was playing a game. I was playing 2K, and I remember like fucking just seeing the players in the damn living room with me.
Right.
And I'm like, this shit is. I was like, why is these niggas in the house right now? What is like, why is the TV doing this shit? Right. So that was the first, and then like it didn't last that long. Like it went away quick. I remember the second time I spoke, it was like on my 20th or 21st birthday. All right. So I smoked weed, and then like I got stuck. Like I couldn't move. Like I was like, I'm fucking high as shit.
Hell yeah.
I was like, this is fucking crazy. So then my cousin helped me up the stairs. I got my boy Darrell. He with me. We chilling. So everybody leave out. I had like a little get together at my house.
Right.
So everybody leave out, and then me and Darrell just talking, and we just shooting the shit. We watching something funny, and then I remember he was helping me clean up.
Yeah.
So then like I had a cake, right? And I remember just like cleaning up, and I looked at the cake. I was like, damn, that cake look good as fuck. So I just like grab my hand and scoop right in the middle.